evident than ever before. The authors proposed a set of measures for accelerating the transition, like creating metrics for measuring how much farming is sustainable and paying farmers who will change their farming practices to more sustainable ones. Principles. There are several individuals, groups, and organizations that have attempted to define what the principles of regenerative agriculture are. In their review of the existing literature on regenerative agriculture, researchers at Wageningen University created a database of 279 published research articles on regenerative agriculture. Their analysis of this database found that people using the term regenerative agriculture were using different principles to guide regenerative agriculture efforts. The four most consistent principles were found to be 1. Enhancing and improving soil health, 2. Optimization of resource management, 3. Alleviation of climate change, and 4. Improvement of water quality and availability. Notable definitions of principles. The organization. The Carbon Underground created a set of principles that have been signed on to by a number of non-profits and corporations, including Ben & Jerry's, Annie's, and the Rodale Institute, which was one of the first organizations to use the term regenerative agriculture. The principles they've outlined include building soil health and fertility, increase water percolation and retention, increasing biodiversity and ecosystem health, and reducing carbon emissions and current atmospheric CO2 levels. The group Terragenesis International and VF Corporation's partner in their Regenerative Agriculture Initiative created a set of 4 principles, which include progressively improve whole agro-ecosystems, soil, water, and biodiversity, create context-specific designs and make holistic decisions that express the essence of each farm, ensure and develop just and reciprocal relationships amongst all stakeholders, continually grow and evolve individuals, farms, and communities to express their innate potential. Instead of focusing on the specifics of food production technologies, human ecologist Philip Loring suggests a food system-level focus on regeneration, arguing that it is the combination of flexibility and diversity in our food systems that supports regenerative ecological practices. Loring argues that, depending on the relative flexibility of people in the food system with respect to the foods they eat and the overall diversity of foods being produced and harvested, food systems can fall into one of 4 general patterns. Regenerative, high diversity, high flexibility, where ecosystems are able to recycle and replenish used energy to usable forms, such as found in many indigenous food systems. Degenerative, high diversity, low flexibility, where people fixate on specific resources and only switch to alternatives once the preferred commodity is exhausted, such as fishing down the food web. Coerced, low diversity, low flexibility, where people subsidize prized resources at the expense of the surrounding ecosystem, such as in the Maine lobster fishery. Impoverished, low diversity, high flexibility, where people are willing to be flexible but, because they are living in degraded ecosystems and possibly a poverty trap, cannot allow ecosystems and resources to regenerate. Loring's typology is based on a principle he calls the conservation of change, which states that change must always happen somewhere in ecosystems, and derives from the second law of thermodynamics and Barry Commoner's premise in that, in ecosystems, there is no